VMware Broadcom. You know what? I haven't talked about this in a while, and I think we have enough space that we know what this is. At least we can predict where this is going to go. Broadcom is focusing on the biggest part of its revenue source, whether we're talking partners, cloud service providers, customers. The focus is on core products, VMware Cloud Foundation, putting products into VMware Cloud Foundation, ARIA, and having those relationships tightly controlled. The better Broadcom can tightly control these relationships, the more they can control their profit. This acquisition was about EBITDA, the ability to get more profit out of VMware. VMware was already an extremely profitable company, so we knew that the changes were going to be disruptive. Now that we know that it's disruptive, the VMware has, gone in a different direction with ARIA, this observability, network monitoring / automation solution. It's brought that into the VCF product, and you have to run that on private infrastructure instead of running that in the VMware SaaS offering. That's a drastic change. It's a drastic change in direction. VMware is going kind of anti-pattern to the rest of the industry, while the rest of the industry is trying to put the control plane in the cloud and focus on services. VMware is focusing on licensing, making sure that it pushes the cost down to the customer for infrastructure, reducing the overall subscription cost to mitigate some of that cost. But it is a different direction. And I think customers are reacting. Top customers, I've talked to big service providers. I've talked to big companies. They are staying the course with VMware because the switching costs are too great. This is exactly how Hock Tan planned it out, that customers will grumble and complain, but they'll pay the cost, because what do you do when you're a big customer? The question for smaller customers becomes more interesting. They are not as locked in. The switching costs aren't as much. Nutanix has an offering. Scale Compute has an offering. You have open source. You have Microsoft virtualization, Hyper-V virtualization. There are options for the lower end of the market. Painful switching cost still, but still achievable. We're starting to see VMware partners be a little bit more aggressive with how they will support the switching of components. Companies like Veeam, that's all in on VMware, talk about supporting Proxmox. I don't take Proxmox seriously as a alternative to VMware, but I think the point remains that ecosystem ISVs who have partnered up to VMware in the past are willing to cater to the smaller companies. A company like Veeam is a great example where they get a little bit of money from a lot of customers. So if the down market is moving towards alternatives, then Veeam has to be ready to support those alternatives. I'm interested to know what long-term partners such as HPE, Dell, Lenovo, Cisco do from a helping kind of this smaller customer understand the risk and path ahead with VMware Broadcom. I'd like to know what you think. Is this all about nothing and customers will just, continue to stay the course with VMware or cross the board? Or is this a forcing factor? Is this something that will force, especially smaller companies, to reevaluate their approach to on-premises virtualization and either move to the public cloud, move to alternatives, or move to SaaS? Comment below. Talk to you soon.